This is the path that I'm taking to apply for the German citizenship. Even though I could have applied for earlier, I blame my laziness for that, but this is just one path and there are many available out there. Because Germany has passed the new immigration law urging people to work and settle in Germany. That is why in this video I will share how to become a German citizen and all the possible visa routes that you can take to come to Germany. First up, you have the visitor visa, also known as the Schengen Visa. The Schengen Visa is the most common visa for Europe. It enables its holder to enter, freely travel within and leave the Schengen zone from any of the 27 Schengen member countries. There are no border controls within the Schengen zone. However, if you are planning to study, work or live in Germany for more than 90 days and eventually get the German citizenship, then you would need one of these visas. Don't worry, I'll share the details for all of them. First up in the long-term visa to Germany is the study visa. This is probably the most common path people take towards getting the German nationality. I took this path too, mainly due to the fact that Germany provides quality education at little to no cost compared to other countries. You only pay a semester registration fee of between 120 euros to 400 euros, and the universities with the higher fee also offer a semester ticket which you can use to travel to a specific region near your university. The only exception is the province of Baden-Württemberg, which has a 1500 euros semester fee for non-EU students. To get the study visa in Germany, you have to be accepted to an officially recognized higher education institute in Germany for bachelor's, master's or a PhD and cover the cost of living for the duration of your studies. This can be done by the way of a blocked account with at least 11,208 euros per year as of 2003, a scholarship or a sponsorship. The residence permit for study purposes can be issued for a minimum of 1 year and a maximum of 2 years. If you cannot obtain your degree within this time, you can request to have your residence permit extended. Throughout your studies, you may work 120 full days or 240 half days in addition to performing student jobs. After successfully obtaining your degree, you can extend your stay in Germany by applying for a job seeker visa, which I will discuss later on in the video. Next, we have the vocational training visa. Germany has a very interesting concept of vocational training or Ausbildung in German language. Vocational training in Germany is standardized and prepares trainees for a profession. An apprenticeship usually lasts between 2 to 3.5 years. Many people start an apprenticeship right after school with 10 or 12 years of education. But students can also join later on, for example, after a stay abroad or having dropped out from the university. To get the Ausbildung visa in Germany, you need to provide proof of being accepted to a school-based or a company-based training program in Germany. You possess the prerequisite language skills required for the qualified vocational training. In German, this is a minimum of B1 in accordance with the European Framework of Reference for Languages. And you must also be able to cover your cost of living for the entire duration of your stay. In general, this means that you must provide evidence of having at least 903 euros per month as of 2003 at your disposal. If you plan on taking part in a school-based training program, you can provide evidence of being able to cover your living expenses by opening a blocked account or a sponsorship letter. If you plan on taking part in a company-based training program, you will receive a training salary, which is also considered as evidence. If your training salary is not sufficient, you are allowed to compensate for the difference by showing that you either possess a blocked account or a sponsorship letter. After finishing your vocational training, there is usually a final test, and if you pass the final test, you will receive a vocational certificate. This certificate makes you eligible to work in a specific profession and get a work permit based on your job. Then we have a visa for research in Germany. If you have a PhD and want to conduct research in Germany, then this visa is probably for you. The research visa is issued for at least 1 year, and with this visa, you can work at a research institute listed in your work contract, or you can also take a teaching position. You can also conduct research and teach for a limited period of time in other EU countries, with an exception of UK, Ireland and Denmark. To apply for the research visa, you need a hosting agreement or a work contract from a research institute in Germany. The research institute would need to cover your living and travel costs back to your country of origin. This commitment applies for up to 6 months after the research position has ended. This clause is not applicable if your research is primarily funded by public funds. After 4 years on the research visa, you can receive a permanent settlement in Germany. Or if your research position has ended earlier than the 4 years, you have up to 9 months to find another job position in Germany that is in line with your qualifications. Another starting path to becoming a citizen in Germany is with the visa for skilled professionals. People who have completed higher education or qualified vocational training outside Germany can apply for this visa. This type of visa is issued for the purpose of obtaining qualified employment for a maximum of 4 years. If a work contract has a shorter duration, the visa is issued for the duration of the contract. To apply for the skilled professional visa in Germany, your qualifications must be either recognized by Germany or comparable to those from a German higher education institute. If you are seeking employment in a regulated profession like health professionals, a professional practice permit is also required. The requirements vary for each regulated profession. If you already have an actual job offer from an employer in Germany, it is important to ensure that your recognized qualifications enable you to perform the job for which you are being hired. For people who are over 45 years old and coming to Germany for the first time for employment purposes, their gross annual salary must be at least 48,180 euros, or you must provide proof of adequate old age pension provisions. A visa or residence permit for the purpose of obtaining qualified employment is issued for a maximum of 4 years. If a work contract has a shorter duration, a residence permit shall be issued for the duration of the contract. After 4 years on this visa, you may be allowed to obtain a permanent settlement residence. If you haven't found the right fit for yourself, worry not, I have some more paths to German citizenship, but before I share those, please hit the like button if you're getting value from this video and consider subscribing. Up next, we have the job seekers visa. This visa is quite interesting if you are finding it difficult to find a job in Germany from your home country. You can apply for this visa and search for a job while being in Germany. This visa is provided for a period of 6 months if you are applying it from outside Germany, and in case of students who have finished their education from Germany, they are given a period of 18 months on this visa. To apply for the German job seekers visa, you must provide proof of vocational or academic training. Your qualifications are recognized in Germany or are equivalent to a German degree or diploma. If you are seeking employment in a regulated profession, for example in healthcare, professional practice permit is also mandatory. And if you have completed your vocational training, you must provide proof of possessing the German language skills required for the job you are seeking. Generally speaking, this is a minimum requirement of B1 level. You also have to prove that you can cover the cost of living. This proof can be provided in the form of a blocked account or a sponsorship letter. After that, we have a German visa for self-employment. With a visa for self-employment, you can realize your startup project in Germany, and depending on whether you are planning on setting up a business or working as a freelancer, different conditions may apply. If you want to set up a business in Germany, there needs to be an economic interest or a regional demand for your product or service. It is foreseeable that your company will have a positive impact on the economy. You are able to finance the implementation of your business concept with your own capital or through a loan commitment. And if you're older than 45 years of age, this visa can only be issued if you can provide proof of adequate old age pension provisions. If you want to work as a freelancer, you can provide proof of sufficient funds to finance your project. You must not be getting more than 80% of your projects from a single client. You have obtained any licenses required to perform the job in question. And again, if you are 45 years old or older, you must provide adequate proof of old age pension provisions. A visa for self-employment is initially issued for up to 3 years. If your business idea is successful and you are able to cover the cost of living for yourself and your family, the visa can be converted into permanent residence. Next up, we have the family reunion visa. In case you are married to a German citizen or a foreigner living in Germany, you have the right to a family reunion. This is a dependent visa, meaning that it is bound with the spouse living in Germany. So as long as your spouse has the legal right to stay in Germany, you can live in Germany on this family reunion visa. One great thing about this visa is that there are no restrictions on the type of work that you do on it. There is no restriction on the job being relevant to your education. You can work as a freelancer or even start your own business, which is absolutely brilliant. There is one catch with this visa. This visa is initially for a 1-year period in which you will need to do the German integration course. If you're not able to do this course, you need to provide a valid reason, otherwise your visa will not be extended. After that, we have the famous blue card. If you have a recognized university degree, you can get a blue card in Germany. The EU blue card is issued for the duration of your work contract, including 3 additional months, and is limited for a 4-year period. Extending the validity of the blue card is an option if certain requirements are fulfilled. On the blue card, you are only allowed to work for the specific company that is mentioned on your blue card for a period of 2 years. If you change your job before these 2 years, you must inform the authorities. Changing jobs before the 2 years can cause many problems, so please stay with your employer for this time if you do not want to deal with additional German bureaucracy. To apply for the blue card, you must have a German degree, a recognized foreign higher education degree, or have a foreign higher education degree that is comparable with a German one. You must have a concrete job offer from a company in Germany. The position must be appropriate for someone with your qualifications. In case you already have a job in Germany, it must pay you 58,400 euros before taxes per year. For physicians, engineers, natural scientists, mathematicians, and IT specialists, a yearly salary of 45,000 euros is sufficient. The new immigration law in Germany has reduced this minimum salary amount, but this law has not been fully implemented yet and will take between 6 to 12 months to be taken into effect. The great thing about the blue card, after 33 months, holders of the blue card may obtain a settlement permit. In some cases, a settlement permit can already be issued after just 21 months. For this, you need to be able to provide proof of language skills at a minimum of B1. And finally, we have made it to the Niederlassung Erlaubnis. This is what we've all been working towards. In most cases, you can get a permanent settlement or a Niederlassung Erlaubnis within 5 years. With this, you can live with your family members in Germany without any restrictions. Moreover, you can obtain employment or become self-employed. You have almost all the rights as a German citizen except the right to vote. But we cannot stop here. The next step is the German citizenship. Currently, you need to have lived legally in Germany for 8 years before you can apply for the German citizenship. When you apply, you must have a job and not be in the probation period. The time you spent as a student counts towards the 8 years, but you cannot apply for citizenship while you are still a student. If you came to Germany on a family reunion visa, you can apply for German citizenship after living in Germany for 3 years if your spouse is German, or 4 years if you apply for German citizenship along with your spouse who has been living in Germany for 8 years. That said, the German government has approved a new immigration law that will reduce the time period for citizenship to 5 years, and in special cases, you may even be able to get a citizenship after just 3 years. Additionally, you can now have dual citizenship in Germany, which I have discussed in this video. So thanks for watching, Bleib gesund, and I'll see you in this video.